From November 1996, Unbreak My Heart was an Irish #1 for Tony Braxton. And before that, you were listening to Greg, who'll be back on your radio tomorrow at 8 p.m. Well, hello, good evening, how are you? Thank you for joining me and welcome to the Night Cruise. 2 hours of the best in romance and relaxing songs from the 90s and the noughties. My name is Feargal, and if I say so myself, I think I've thrown a half-decent show together for you. So over the next 2 hours, not only will I play some great music for you, but after midnight, we're going to have a crack at a game called Love Lyrics, while in this hour, I'll give you a go at putting a smile on all of our faces by playing Monday Punday. And if that doesn't mean much to you, stick around because I will explain it all to you shortly. And of course, right throughout this show, I'll be doing your romance shout-outs on the radio. So, if you are in love with someone, feeling loved up by someone, or maybe you're alone and missing your love, then get in touch with me on text or WhatsApp to 085 2899 092. And if you are going to WhatsApp, then why not use the voice note feature rather than just sending me a text? If you want to email me, then you should send that to hello@freedomfm.ie. And if you are on the Blue Sky, Insta or Threads socials, then you can find me under Voice Active Fergs. So, with all the housekeeping done, let's get to this evening's cruise out of port with music from Berlin. From the 1992 League of Their Own movie soundtrack, that's Madonna, and this used to be my playground on Freedom FM's Night Cruise. And would you look at the time, because it's that time on a Monday evening when we get to play this week's Monday Punday game. If you're a regular listener, well, thank you for coming back, and I'm sure you know what to expect. But if you're new to the Monday Cruise, first off, thank you for joining us. And secondly, let me run Monday Punday by you. You see, every Monday at this time, I give you a theme, and your challenge is to take the theme and use it to try to make up a pun by mashing it into a celebrity, band, or fictional character name. Now, if that hasn't made too much sense, don't worry, because most of my explanations don't. So, let me tell you this week's theme, then run some of my own Monday Punday pun examples by you, by which time, hopefully, you'll be up to speed on the game. So, what is this week's theme, you ask? Well, this week's theme is musical instruments. And why musical instruments? Well, my better half, the fabulous Miss H, decided as part of her New Year's resolution she would take up learning the flute again. And well, she got round to it this weekend. So, the soundtrack to my house cleaning work on Sunday afternoon was nothing but musical scales on the flute. So I thought, why not have a musical instrument related Monday Punday? So, everything from the spoons to the comb, the synthesizer to the harpsichord, send in your all things musical instruments mashed up with celebrity, band or fictional character name Monday Punday puns to WhatsApp and text on 085 2899 092. And to set you on your way this evening, here are a few puns I came up with, starting with David Bowie. Didn't like that? Alright, here's my second one. The tennis player, harmonica sellers. No? Okay, finally, what about that dangerous populist running to be the American president, Dementia Don Trumpet? Now, you get the idea, so I think I'll stop and hand it over to you. It's 085 2899 092 on WhatsApp and text for your all things musical instrument, celebrity, band or fictional character name puns, please. It's the Night Cruise on Freedom FM. Thank you for joining me this evening, and if you've sent in your Monday Punday puns, stick around because I'll get back to them right after I say hello to Sarah Longenklonsky, who sent me in an email over the weekend. Virgil, says Sarah, can I get a big romance shout out from my amazing fiancé Ollie Jones? Tell him I feel so blessed to have him in my life and I love him so very much. And can you wish him a happy birthday for today? Of course I can, Sarah, and happy birthday, Ollie. Now I have another email here from George Russell in Burr, who says, can you say hello to me and my wife Laura? We've been celebrating our 16th wedding anniversary today, and to finish off the day, can you tell Laura that she means everything to me? Happy wedding anniversary, Laura and George, and thank you for getting in touch. Now remember, if you'd like to be sure of getting your special dedication on the radio for the correct day and time, then send your message in ahead of time via email to hello@freedomfm.ie and we'll get your request on air when you want it. That email address again, hello@freedomfm.ie. So for George and Laura, as well as Ollie and Sarah, here's David and Candy. That was from her Real Love album, released back in autumn 1991. That's Lisa Stansfield and Change on the Night Cruise from Freedom FM, where we are in the middle of this week's Monday Punday game. And this week I asked you to combine all things musical instrument, fiddles to barons, tap shoes to gongs, with celebrity band or fictional character names. And as always, your suggestions have been absolutely amazing. So let me start by saying good evening to Anna Singleton, who's in Crumlin this evening, and she suggests the American movie director Steven Glockenspielberg. Very good, Anna. Now, Harry Decker's reached out from the East Wall Village and he says, what about the Canadian singer Celine Cordion? To be honest, Harry, that is superb. Amber Fitzpatrick is from Mulhuddard and she sent in the hairdresser Vidal Bassoon. That got a good laugh in the studio, Amber. Thank you very much. And finally for now, Charlie Doris sent in the director of the Miami Vice TV shows and movie, Michael Mandolin. Oh, Charlie, that is so good. So, if you can think of any instrument-based celebrity band or fictional character name puns, then send them in to me on WhatsApp to 085 2899 092 and we'll do some more Monday Punday puns right after we hear from Adele. So if you were tuned in a few minutes ago, you would have heard her name come up as part of this week's Monday Punday game. That was a summer number one for Celine Dion back in 1994. It's Think Twice on Freedom FM, where we are in the middle of playing the aforementioned Monday Punday game for this evening. And the challenge I set you was to create a pun by combining a celebrity band or fictional character name with all things musical instruments. And as always, your suggestions have been fantastic. So let's start today's final round of Monday Punday puns with Henry Jennings, who reached out to me from Blanchardstown, who says, Fergs, what about Dublin's finest? Flute Kelly. Henry, what can I say? So good. Yasmin Peake is in Tala this evening and she says, Fergal, what about the English comedian Dawn French Horn? Nice one, Yasmin. Now, Thomas O'Reilly is out in Greystones and he says, Fergs, because you played her a few minutes ago, what about Fid Adele? I love it, Thomas. And finally for this evening, Lucy Fisher in Knockline says, Fergal, what about the German 70s disco supergroup Tromboni M? What can I say to that? But very good, Lucy. Now, thank you to everyone who sent in Monday Punday suggestions for today. And if you liked Punday, well, you know what to do. Tell your family and friends and come back next Monday at about 11 p.m. and we will do it all over again. Take your pick. David Heaton says that song is about relationships in general. His co-writer David Rotheray says it's an unconventional love song. And singer Brianna Corrigan says it's a song about love not always leading to something good. Whatever you take out of it, you have to say it's a damn fine song. That's The Beautiful South in a little time on Freedom FM. So, here we go then, into the second hour of the night cruise, and if you've come this far with me, you might as well stick around because all the good stuff is still to come in this hour. If you're wondering who I am, well, my name is Feargal, and I'd like to start by saying thank you for stopping by this Tuesday morning, 20th of February, and between now and 1, not only am I going to play the best 90s and noughties romance and relaxing songs just for you, I also want to get you in on our Love Lyrics game. Now, if you're new to this game, grab a seat and let me tell you how it works. You see, just before the show started, I wrote down some lyrics from a famous 90s or noughties romance or relaxing song, and in a moment I'm going to read them out to you. And if you know what song the lyrics come from and want to be in with a shot of possibly winning yourself a name check on the radio in a bit, then all you have to do is tell me the song and the artist. So, before I tell you how to get in touch, let me read out this week's love lyrics for you. Take me to the magic of the moment on a glory night, where the children of tomorrow share their dreams with you and me. So, if you know what song those lyrics come from and fancy being in with the shot of possibly getting a name check on the radio in a bit, then shoot me your answer on text or WhatsApp to 085 2899 092. Those lyrics again are: take me to the magic of the moment on a glory night where the children of tomorrow share their dreams with you and me. 085 2899 092 if you know what song those lyrics come from. And if I get any wrong answers, I'll tell you those right after I do a round of romance shoutouts, which are next. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it was February 1992 for Alison Limerick. That's Make It On My Own on Freedom FM's Night Cruise, where I have a WhatsApp here from Josh Gibbons, who's in Dundrum in Dublin this morning. Feargal says, Josh, my lovely lady Laura is 47 today. Please tell her that she is amazing and that I love her so much. Happy birthday, Laura, and thank you for getting in touch this morning, Josh. Now, I have another WhatsApp here from Ellie O'Reilly, who's in Ballinteer this morning, who says, can you give a big romance shout out from my marvellous girlfriend, Amber Ham? She has a big birthday today, so tell her that I will love her always and forever, says Ellie. Happy birthday, Amber, and thanks for getting in touch, Ellie. And finally for now, I want to say good morning to Olive Mountain in Willowbrook. Feargal says, Olive, can you wish my husband James a very happy birthday for today, Tuesday? Tell him that he is the most amazing dad and husband, and the kids and I love him so much. Happy to do that for you, Olive. So for you and James, Ellie and Amber, and not forgetting Josh and Laura, here are the chimes. Glenn Hansard together with Marketa Irglova. That's Falling Slowly on the Night Cruise from Freedom FM, where so many of you lovely night owls have been getting in touch with your answers for this week's Love Lyrics game. Some of your answers are correct and some are wrong. So before I remind you of this week's Love Lyrics, I can tell you that they do not come from Amazed by Lone Star, David Snedden and Stop Living the Lie, and they're definitely not from When You Believe by Whitney. So if you want to play along and maybe win yourself a name check on the radio in a bit, then all you got to do is tell me what song these lyrics come from. Take me to the magic of the moment on a glory night where the children of tomorrow share their dreams with you and me. So send me in your answer on WhatsApp to 085 2899 092. And the good news is you still got time to get your answers in, because I'll reveal all in a few songs' time. And if you need a clue, well, there's a whole podcast series dedicated to the possibility that the CIA wrote the song for the band who play and sing it. Good morning, you're listening to The Night Cruise on Freedom FM, where it's time now to finish playing this week's Love Lyrics game. And in case you've forgotten, the lyrics I asked you to guess at were: take me to the magic of the moment on a glory night where the children of tomorrow share their dreams with you and me. And you know what? So many of you got this one correct, but as you regular listeners to the Tuesday Night Cruise know, the computer only lets me see 4 names at any one time. So with that in mind, I want to say good morning and well done to Becca Morgan, who got in touch from Santry, Phil Davis, who reached out from Sandymount, Nicole Watson, who's in Roninstown this morning, and Tom Atkins, who sent his answer in from Kinseely, who all said that this week's Love Lyrics come from... Oh, now wait a second before I tell you. Can you do me a favour? If you enjoyed playing Love Lyrics, well, please tell your friends to tune in next week at about midnight on Tuesday morning, and we'll do it all over again. Anyway, if you haven't guessed from the music playing under me, this morning's Love Lyrics come from Scorpions and Winds of Change. That's Katie Melio on The Night Cruise, and if you were a sailboat, tells me that that is all the mess I can make of your radio this morning. Thank you for your company, both you and your messages made to the show as always. Mike O'Brien will have breakfast at 8 a.m. Alan will do the Freedom Years at 7, and on the way after 1 we're off to New York, where Darren is going to be playing his Essential Beats. As for me, well, I'll be back in a few hours at 11 p.m. with another Night Cruise. Until then, thank you for your time this time. So until next time, take care of yourself and each other.